Whether you're sipping your morning coffee or catching up later, we've got your industry insights. I'm Steve.
And I'm Claire. We're part of the Auto-Agentic team, and this is Auto Intelligence, produced by Auto-Agentic AI.
New episodes drop every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And today, we're exploring something that goes far beyond horsepower and autonomous driving levels.
That's right. We often talk about the future of transportation, but what if the most profound automotive intelligence isn't just about how we get from point A to B? What if it's about how technology empowers movement itself, on the road and in every aspect of life?
Today, we're diving deep into the incredible spectrum of mobility technology, from self-driving vehicles offering newfound freedom to AI-powered prosthetics restoring capability. The message is clear. Mobility enhances life, and what seems everyday to some can be utterly life-altering for others.
We'll explore real, documented stories of transformation, meet the companies leading this revolution, and discover how the same AI principles driving our cars are revolutionizing personal independence in ways you might never have imagined. This isn't just about technology, it's about dignity, hope, and the fundamental human right to move freely through the world.
Let's start with a fundamental question, Claire. When we say mobility, what are we really talking about?
It's fascinating, Steve. Traditionally, we might think of mobility as transportation, cars, buses, trains, but the reality is much broader. Mobility is about freedom of movement, whether that's traveling across a city or simply navigating your own home. It's about independence, dignity, and social participation.
And that's where the automotive industry's innovations become incredibly relevant to a much wider audience. The same sensor fusion technology that allows a Waymo vehicle to navigate a bustling street is, on a different scale, what enables advanced prosthetics to interpret muscle signals and translate them into nuanced movements.
Exactly. It's all about intelligent systems responding to and interacting with the world, whether that world is a motorway or the simple act of picking up a coffee cup. But let's talk about how far we've come.
Consider this evolution. Historically, mobility aids were rudimentary. A simple walking stick, a basic wheelchair. These were static tools that provided support, but little else. Fast forward to today, and we're seeing an explosion of innovation that mirrors what's happening in automotive.
That basic concept of support has transformed into highly sophisticated, AI-powered solutions. From exoskeletons that help people walk again to prosthetic hands that can differentiate between a firm handshake and a gentle touch. Companies like Permobil, a subsidiary of Patricia Industries, are now global leaders in powered and manual wheelchairs, emphasizing user-centric research and development.
And Disabilities healthcare has evolved far beyond traditional equipment. They're producing rollators, scooters, and walkers with increasingly sophisticated features, integrating smart sensors, GPS tracking, and fall detection systems. These aren't just mobility aids anymore, they're intelligent companions.
The Canadian innovation in this space is particularly impressive. Take Braze Mobility, based in Toronto. They've developed wheelchair blind spot sensors that help users safely navigate crowded spaces. Even users who are legally blind can move with confidence through complex environments.
And then there's Cheel Care in Richmond Hill, creating all-terrain and power assist wheelchair attachments. Their companion attachment transforms a standard wheelchair into a versatile mobility platform that can handle various terrains and conditions.
What's remarkable is how these companies are applying the same principles we see in automotive AI. Take Ottobock, for instance. Their work on products like the C-Brace intelligent orthosis showcases how microprocessors and AI create assistive devices that learn and adapt to the user's gait patterns over time.
Ottobock's C-Brace uses microprocessors and sensors to anticipate and adapt to the user's gait in real time, providing stability across varied terrains. It's essentially a microcosm of the environmental understanding AI brings to autonomous driving, the same pattern recognition and predictive movement algorithms just applied to human mobility.
It's this learning capability that really sets modern mobility technology apart. These devices don't just provide static support, they evolve with their users, becoming more intuitive and effective over time. But let's talk about where automotive technology directly intersects with personal mobility, autonomous vehicles.
Autonomous vehicles aren't just about convenience or efficiency. For millions of people, they represent something much more profound: independence and social connection.
Let me share Myrna Peterson's documented story in detail. Myrna is a quadriplegic living in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. For years, transportation barriers meant social isolation. She couldn't visit friends, attend community events, or even run basic errands without depending on others' schedules and availability.
Then came the goMARTI project, Mobility for All Rural Transportation Innovation, featuring ADA-compliant autonomous vans specifically designed for people with disabilities. The technology behind these vehicles is impressive. We're talking about advanced LiDAR sensors creating three-dimensional maps of the environment, radar systems tracking objects through challenging weather conditions, and cameras providing detailed visual recognition.
But for Myrna, this complex tech translates into something beautifully simple. She describes these autonomous vans as a ticket out of isolation and loneliness. The goMARTI project has documented thousands of successful rides, demonstrating the real-world viability of autonomous vehicles for accessibility.
The AI processing in these vehicles is remarkable. They're analyzing millions of data points per second from their environment, making split-second decisions about navigation, obstacle avoidance, and passenger safety. The vehicles can detect pedestrians, cyclists, other vehicles, and even predict their likely movements.
What's particularly interesting about the goMARTI project is how it was designed with accessibility from the ground up. The modified vehicles feature low floors for easy wheelchair access, wide doors that accommodate mobility devices, and automated ramps that deploy without requiring physical strength or dexterity from the user.
The user interfaces are equally thoughtful. They rely on large touchscreens with high-contrast displays, voice commands that can understand various speech patterns, and simplified controls that even those unfamiliar with technology can operate confidently.
May Mobility, one of the key partners in projects like goMARTI, has been working with Spare and Southwest Transit in Minneapolis to launch on-demand AV services using modified Toyota Siennas. These vehicles are seamlessly integrated into existing transit apps, making accessible transportation as simple as booking a ride on your smartphone.
The Vancouver startup Spare has taken this even further. They've partnered with the Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority to deliver North America's largest fully automated paratransit service. We're talking about dramatically expanding mobility options for people with special needs across an entire metropolitan area.
Their open fleets technology allows different types of vehicles, from traditional paratransit vans to autonomous shuttles, to work together seamlessly. Users can book rides through a single app, and the system automatically selects the most appropriate vehicle based on their specific needs and the trip requirements.
And the major players are taking notice. Waymo has expanded robotaxi testing on Los Angeles motorways, refining AV navigation in complex traffic situations. Their research into accessible transportation is specifically focused on making autonomous vehicles work for users with mobility challenges.
Uber's partnership with Cruise is accelerating adoption for accessible ride-hailing services. They're working on vehicles that can accommodate wheelchairs, walkers, and other mobility devices while providing the same level of convenience and reliability as traditional ride-sharing.
But here's what's really exciting. The technology principles we see in these automotive applications are being applied across the entire mobility spectrum. The same AI algorithms that help an AV navigate traffic are being adapted for personal mobility devices.
Steve, let's dig deeper into that AI connection. Because what we're seeing is that artificial intelligence isn't just an add-on to mobility aids, it's become the engine driving a revolution in accessibility, personalization, and safety.
Absolutely. Take real-time obstacle detection in assistive devices. Advanced sensor technology, similar to what's used in autonomous vehicles, is being integrated into mobility aids to map environments, detect obstacles, and guide users safely through complex spaces. The same machine learning principles that help an autonomous vehicle distinguish between a pedestrian and a lamppost are helping visually impaired individuals navigate their daily environments.
The AI processes are remarkably similar. Both systems use pattern recognition, predictive modeling, and continuous learning. An autonomous vehicle's AI learns to recognize traffic patterns, road conditions, and driver behaviors. Similarly, smart mobility devices learn their users' movement patterns, preferred routes, and daily routines.
And then there's personalized assistance. AI in walking aids and wheelchairs can adapt support based on posture, movement patterns, gait analysis, and even fatigue levels. It's providing more help when needed and scaling back as users grow stronger or more confident.
Studies from rehabilitation institutions show how smart mobility aids equipped with fall detection and GPS, drawing on sensor technology refined in automotive safety systems, can significantly improve confidence and safety for older adults wishing to maintain their independence. The Ontario Assistive Devices Programme, for instance, helps provide access to various advanced mobility aids.
The AI in these devices uses accelerometers and gyroscopes to monitor gait stability, pressure sensors to detect weight distribution, and GPS to track location and movement patterns. When the system detects irregularities that might indicate fatigue or instability, it can provide gentle vibration alerts or audio cues to encourage safer movement.
And predictive analytics are taking this even further. AI-powered systems track usage patterns, predict maintenance needs, and alert caregivers to potential issues before they become critical. This reduces downtime and enhances safety across the board.
Companies like Permobil aren't just building wheelchairs anymore, they're engineering sophisticated mobility platforms. Their latest powered wheelchairs can learn a user's daily routes, automatically adjusting speed and power settings for different environments. They can even communicate with smart building systems to call elevators or open doors automatically.
Braze Mobility's blind spot sensors use AI to process data from multiple sensors simultaneously, creating a comprehensive awareness system that alerts users to potential hazards they might not detect otherwise. The technology helps users safely navigate crowded spaces, even those who are legally blind.
But perhaps one of the most exciting developments is how AI is enabling new forms of control. The Wheelie 7 adapter kit from Broadened Horizons allows users to control their wheelchair and connect to computers and smartphones through their existing joystick interface, expanding independence in digital environments.
This is particularly revolutionary for users with severe mobility impairments who need versatile control options. The system demonstrates how assistive technology can bridge physical and digital accessibility, creating comprehensive independent solutions.
You're listening to Auto Intelligence, brought to you by AutoAgentic,
the platform transforming automotive retail with intelligent, human-centered AI.
Now back to today's topic.
Let's shift our focus to some of the most remarkable advances in personal mobility, bionic limbs and prosthetics. This is where the intersection of AI, robotics, and human biology creates truly life-changing results.
The story that really captures this transformation is Tilly Lockey's documented journey. Tilly lost both hands to meningitis as a child. Today, she uses AI-powered bionic arms that have restored her ability to perform everyday tasks and even dance.
What Tilly said is powerful. With my bionic arms, I can do almost anything. Technology gave me back my independence. But it's not just about function. It's about dignity, interaction, expression, and the ability to engage with the world on her own terms.
The technology behind these devices is remarkable. We're talking about neuroprosthetics that can be controlled by the user's nervous system, restoring natural movement and proprioception, the sense of where your limbs are in space. AI-driven devices use machine learning to anticipate user intent, offering intuitive, precise control.
Companies like Ottobock and Ossur are leading this charge. Ottobock's bebionic hand can perform 14 different grip patterns and learns which grips the user prefers for specific tasks. The learning process is fascinating. The prosthetic uses myoelectric sensors to detect electrical signals from muscle contractions in the residual limb.
Over time, the AI learns to recognize the user's specific muscle patterns and can even anticipate intended movements based on context and previous behavior. It's similar to how automotive AI learns driver preferences and anticipates needs, but applied to the most personal level of human movement.
And 3D printing is revolutionizing the customization process. The Korea Institute of Machinery and Materials has developed smart, customizable prosthetic sockets that detect changes in the amputation area and adjust for comfort and fit in real time.
This addresses one of the biggest challenges in prosthetics, the fact that residual limbs change shape throughout the day due to swelling, muscle fatigue, and other factors. Traditional sockets require frequent adjustments or replacements, but smart sockets can adapt automatically.
The personalization extends beyond just fit. Modern prosthetics can be customized in appearance with lifelike skin tones and textures, or users can choose more expressive designs that reflect their personality. Tilly Lockey's hero arms from Open Bionics, for example, showcase how 3D printing allows for both functional excellence and personal expression.
Companies like Exact Dynamics are making sophisticated robotic arms like the iARM that can be mounted on wheelchairs to assist with daily activities. These devices demonstrate how assistive technology can provide multiple layers of independence.
And then there are exoskeletons. Companies like ReWalk Robotics produce AI-powered exoskeletons that help users with paralysis or muscle weakness walk and stand. These aren't just mobility aids, they're rehabilitation tools that can help users regain strength and function over time.
Research at Carleton University found that AI-powered exoskeletons significantly reduce physical strain and improve terrain navigation. The devices learn the user's movement patterns and can provide assistance that feels natural and intuitive.
Ottobock also develops industrial exoskeletons, such as their PyExo series. For example, the PyExo shoulder supports workers during overhead tasks. This demonstrates how technology aimed at enhancing human capability can find diverse applications, from industrial settings to potential future personal assistive devices.
What's fascinating is how these companies involve users in the design process. Munevo's smart wheelchair controls were developed in close collaboration with users who have severe mobility impairments, ensuring intuitive gesture and eye-tracking interfaces that reflect real-world needs and preferences.
The eye-tracking technology is particularly impressive. Users can control their wheelchair, computer, or smart home devices simply by looking at specific targets on a screen. The AI learns to distinguish between intentional control gestures and natural eye movements.
Claire, mobility technology extends far beyond just physical movement. We're seeing innovations in vision, hearing, and cognitive support that create comprehensive mobility solutions.
That's right. For visually impaired individuals, devices like the Orcam My Eye use AI and computer vision to read text aloud, recognize faces, and identify objects in the environment. These wearable devices can identify obstacles, read signs aloud, and even recognize faces and objects in real time.
GPS and voice navigation apps have become incredibly sophisticated. Google Maps now provides accessible routes, including information on ramps, elevators, and accessible entrances. Apps like Move It and Wheelmap specifically focus on accessible public transportation and building information.
The AI in these navigation systems is constantly learning and improving. They can process real-time data about construction, weather conditions, and temporary obstacles to suggest the safest and most accessible routes.
And hearing aids have become incredibly sophisticated. Companies like Tobii Dynavox offer devices that filter noise and improve speech recognition in real time, adapting to different acoustic environments automatically.
Modern hearing aids use AI to distinguish between different types of sounds, focusing on speech while filtering out background noise, or alerting users to important environmental sounds like sirens or alarms. Some can even translate spoken language in real time.
Speech-generating devices, or SGDs, convert text or symbols into speech, enabling communication for those unable to speak. These devices are becoming more natural-sounding and can even learn to adapt to the user's preferred communication style.
Smart home integration is another game changer. Voice-activated and remote-controlled systems enable independent living for those with cognitive or mobility impairments. The integration goes far beyond simple voice commands.
Modern smart home systems can learn user routines and preferences. They might automatically adjust lighting as someone moves through their home or remind users to take medication at specific times. Some systems can even detect falls or medical emergencies and automatically contact help.
Automated pill reminders and wearable alarms help manage medication and summon help in emergencies. These devices are becoming more sophisticated, able to distinguish between different types of emergencies and respond appropriately.
And companion robots powered by AI provide emotional support and interactive activities. Studies show these robots can reduce loneliness and anxiety, especially for seniors living alone. They can engage in conversations, play games, and even provide cognitive stimulation exercises.
The robots are designed to be more than just functional. They're companions that can provide emotional support and social interaction. Some can even detect changes in mood or behavior that might indicate health issues.
Despite all this remarkable progress, significant challenges remain. Let's be honest about the barriers that still exist.
The cost barrier is substantial, Steve. Advanced mobility devices can be prohibitively expensive. We're talking about tens of thousands of dollars for high-end powered wheelchairs or sophisticated prosthetics. For many people, these life-changing technologies remain out of reach.
And it's not just the initial purchase price. There are hidden costs: maintenance, specialized training, necessary home modifications, and ongoing support. Insurance coverage varies dramatically, and many of the newest innovations aren't covered at all.
In Ontario, the Assistive Devices program helps fund mobility products, but gaps persist, especially for the latest AI-powered or custom devices. The approval process can be lengthy, and by the time funding is approved, newer technologies may already be available.
Startups like NeoMotion are working to close this gap by offering affordable, high-quality wheelchair power assist devices, but broader policy changes are needed to ensure equitable access for all. We need healthcare policies that recognize these devices as essential medical equipment, not luxury items.
Training and support are also crucial challenges. The increasing sophistication of assistive technology means users often require substantial training and ongoing support. Learning to operate a smart wheelchair with gesture controls or adapting to a bionic limb with sensory feedback can be a complex, time-consuming process.
Companies like Ottobock and Myrna provide comprehensive training programs, but access to these resources varies significantly by region. Rural users, in particular, may struggle to access the support they need.
There's also the digital divide to consider. Many of these advanced mobility technologies require smartphone apps or internet connectivity to function fully. Users who aren't comfortable with technology or don't have reliable internet access may not be able to take full advantage of these innovations.
Privacy and security concerns are growing as well. These devices collect sensitive data about users' movements, health status, and daily routines. There need to be robust protections and transparent practices around how this data is collected, stored, and used.
And then there's the infrastructure challenge. Even the most advanced mobility device won't provide independence if the built environment isn't accessible. We need continued investment in accessible infrastructure, ramps, elevators, accessible public transportation, and universal design principles in new construction.
But the future looks incredibly promising. Let's talk about what's on the horizon.
Brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, are perhaps the most exciting frontier. Research is advancing rapidly on controlling mobility aids directly with brain signals. This could offer new hope for those with the most severe impairments.
The technology works by detecting electrical signals in the brain, either invasively with implants or non-invasively with EEG caps, and translating these into commands. For mobility, this could mean controlling a wheelchair or robotic arm with thought alone.
Current limitations include signal accuracy, the need for extensive training, and ethical considerations around brain implants. But research institutions and companies are making steady progress in overcoming these challenges.
Augmented and virtual reality are being used for rehabilitation, training, and remote socialization. AR can overlay navigation information onto the real world, while VR can provide safe environments for practicing mobility skills or connecting with others.
The Internet of Things is connecting mobility aids, home automation, and health monitoring systems. This creates seamless and responsive environments that can anticipate and meet users' needs automatically.
As Dr. Lynn Trun, a rehabilitation technology researcher, puts it, the next frontier is true integration, where your wheelchair, home, and health devices all communicate to support your independence.
Cities are leveraging AI-powered digital twins, virtual models of urban environments, to simulate how new mobility solutions will impact real people. This allows for more equitable transportation planning and infrastructure development.
Enhanced integration and interoperability are reducing costs and technical barriers. Standardized frameworks and open-source platforms are making it easier for cities and organizations to adopt and integrate advanced mobility solutions.
And improved privacy-preserving technologies and public-private partnerships are paving the way for broader, safer adoption of these innovations.
The challenge of keeping powered assistive devices charged is also being addressed. We're seeing advancements in wireless charging technology, similar to what's emerging for electric vehicles, being explored for mobility aids. Companies are researching solutions to make charging more seamless for users of advanced power wheelchairs. Though widespread, standardized solutions are still in development.
What we've explored today shows us that mobility technology is about so much more than transportation. It's about empowerment, dignity, and inclusion.
Whether it's the intricate dance of sensors and software guiding an autonomous vehicle, or the neural interface allowing a prosthetic limb to move with lifelike grace, the common thread is profound. Mobility in all its forms enhances life.
The innovations we're seeing in the automotive sector and beyond aren't just engineering marvels. They're gateways to independence, connection, and dignity. What might be a convenience for one person is a revolution for another.
From Myrna Peterson's autonomous van rides that ended her isolation to Tilly Lockey's bionic arms that let her dance again, these documented stories remind us that technology's greatest achievement isn't just making things faster or more efficient.
It's making life more livable, more independent, and more connected for everyone. The innovative companies like Braze Mobility, Care, and Permobil pushing boundaries in their communities, developing solutions that bridge the gap between automotive intelligence and personal independence.
The global nature of this innovation, from Toronto to Minnesota, from research labs to real-world applications, shows us that the drive for independence and dignity is universal. Technology is the enabler, but human ingenuity and compassion are the true drivers of change.
As we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible in automotive and mobility technology, let's remember that behind every algorithm, every sensor, and every AI decision is a human story waiting to be transformed.
The future of mobility isn't just about autonomous vehicles or smart cities. It's about creating a world where everyone, regardless of age or ability, can move through life with independence and dignity. That's the true power of mobility intelligence.
Thanks for joining us on Auto Intelligence. This episode was produced by the team at Autoagentic, the platform transforming automotive retail with intelligent, human-centered AI. Autoagentic delivers adaptive solutions designed to help dealerships streamline operations, optimize sales performance, and elevate the customer experience. With a commitment to ethical AI and seamless integration, Autoagentic empowers dealership teams with over 90 modular agents.
What sets Autoagentic apart is our human-centered, consultative approach. We're LLM agnostic, deeply trained on automotive industry nuances, and we partner closely with OEMs and dealer groups to ensure AI implementation is practical, effective, and aligned with real-world goals. Learn more at autoagentic.ai.
Until next time, keep moving forward.